What is up, everyone, and welcome to the first episode of the Forza Motorsport 1 Let's Play. Now, I played the Gran Turismo series most of my life, and wasn't really big into Forza growing up because I was a very much a part of a PlayStation family here. And so today we're going to be doing a Let's Play of the original Forza Motorsport. So, we're going to start a new profile. As you guys can see, I already had a profile created, but we're going to create a new one for this series. I'm getting messages. Hold on one moment. Okay. So yeah, we're going to be doing a live Let's Play for this channel of Forza Motorsport 4, and we're going to be doing a Let's Play of the original Forza as a not-so-live thing. So I'm just going to put updip in because that is part of the name of the channel, and so I'll be able to differentiate it between the my main file that I have here that I've barely done on here. I played this game slightly on emulator, but not quite so much here. So let's get started. We're going to jump right into career mode. Now, this is what's difficult. As most of y'all who have watched this channel or my main channel know, I'm very much a Euro guy. I own a Mark 7 GTI. I'm very big into European cars. But I'm from North America, obviously, if that wasn't for some reason already apparent enough by the fact that my very American accent and the fact that I said y'all just a few sentences ago. So we're going to start off in North America here, just to kind of realism, I guess. So let's see what our options are to start off with. We have the Chrysler PT GT, which is one of my least favorite cars ever existing. I hate the PT Cruiser, which is ironic. I used to have a bit of a fascination for him when I was young. It was the most common starter car choice for me on Gran Turismo 3 when I was younger. Focus SVT, it's a good option here. Not really keen on these things that much. I mean, they're cool and all, but obviously I prefer the later gens with the STs when they went turbo. And of course, we didn't have the old Focus RS from this gen in the States. I'm talking with my hands like you guys can see me. The Lexus IS300, which was like my dream first car. I adore these things. I've always wanted an IS300. Every time I see one, I get excited. I mean, I drive a car that is like, what, 14, 15 years newer? 14 years newer. And I still love these cars. I have a very soft spot for Lexus as well, just as a brand. We got the RSX Type S, which is probably going to be my choice for this one. On my emulator run, I am running the IS300, so I may run the RSX this time around. We also have the 3.2 CL Type S, which is another option here, which I actually kind of like these things. I'm not like, they're kind of a more mundane choice, but I mean, in terms of me being a Euro guy, I mean, that was kind of the story of my life, when it came to cars, just always mundane styling. And we have the Eagle Talon Turbo. Now, I might go with this one because it's all-wheel drive. It's a DSM. I have a very soft spot for DSM cars as well. I think I ran a lot of these in the GT6 world. I drove plenty of Eagle Talons in that game as well. Question is, do I do red or green? I think I am going to go this route. I think I'm going to do green, Fast and Furious tribute, kind of. So, yeah, we're going to do North America with the Eagle Talon as our starter car. I think much better starter car than the Pulsar we had in GT2. So, here we go. We're going to do some settings here. We're going to leave suggested line. I don't know. I like having it for braking, but I guess it's not really an option on this one, so I'm going to go without. We'll leave the medium difficulty on because I'm still not fairly familiar with the physics in this game. Manual shifting, OBS. I will leave. We'll go traction control off right now because I'm in an all-wheel drive car, but maybe for the rear-wheel drive stuff, I'll come back and re-enable it. Stability, do they have like a medium? They don't have medium settings for these at all. I think your Forza 2, which I've played briefly as well, has that. But we're going to just go with these settings for now. Kind of get used to the game, and then we'll crank the game up from there. I'm not going to train a drive-atar because I don't need to, because we're playing this game completely ourselves. So yeah, let's just go ahead and dive into a race. I mean, we've been going for 4 minutes now. It's probably just best to just dive in. We're going to start off. There's point-to-point and amateur is what we've got right now. There's an online career, which obviously is no longer functioning as this game came out in like 2005. It's almost a 20-year-old game now. So we're going to go straight to the North America Open. We're going to go... So obviously I like this. It's my home track. We'll do New York. I've noticed, so like I said, I've played this game on emulator somewhat, and I noticed right away just how similar the New York track in Forza 1 is to the New York track in Forza 2. I don't know why that's the case, but they're very similar. Doesn't mean I like that, but that is kind of the case. Which means I'm pretty familiar with this track. I mean, already. I mean, obviously we're running the reverse layout from Gran Turismo, where usually you're going, I guess, counterclockwise. And this is going clockwise, so doing the simulate qualifying. So this is bone stock. I didn't do a thing to the car yet, as obviously, as you guys have been watching. So we're just going to go right in with the Talon. And, holy voice crack. Oops. Let's see. I gotta figure out the shifting buttons. This is actually pretty quick. I mean, not too bad. I mean, you're trying to figure out the controls here. They don't have a hood view, which is annoying. They have like a kind of a simulated hood view. Oh, that's a corner. Okay, it's gonna take me some time to get used to the game here. Like I said, I'm not used to this at all. Ow! Close the door on me, why don't you? Anyway, like I was saying, I played Gran Turismo my entire life, so this is like a new frontier for me. I have no clue of what I'm doing in this stuff. So you're probably wondering why I'm playing this old game. One, because you guys love the GT2 Let's Play, so why not throw Forza in here? Oh, 360, doing 360 things. So that brings me on my next thing. But of course, I got a hold of a Xbox 360, and I've owned Forza 1 for probably about a month now. Oops, that was a pretty good hit. I've owned Forza 1. Can you, like, not? I can power through that corner. Anyway, I got Forza 1 probably about 2 months ago now, and I played it on emulator on my Steam Deck, and which this runs better than. There's a lot of lag spikes though. Like this right now is pretty bad. I'm playing this on a 360 with my EVGA XR1 capture card. It's just like playing GT4 in emulator. I have to look back sometimes for the run at normal speed. And then once I get to a certain spot, it opens back up. It's just like New York is really bad about it from what I've experienced so far. Oh man, I'm coming in way too. I'm trusting this car too much. I'm so used to driving like prototypes and like the newer Gran Turismo games that it's like I'm jamming the brakes on a 90s Eagle Talon, and it's just like, why not stop it? So yeah, this car's gonna be a little bit banged up here. But as you can probably figure out by now, I got a hold of an Xbox 360, actually from DK Oldies, out of all places. I bought it from DK Oldies. The console, I intentionally bought the acceptable condition one because I'm not looking for something that would be like the best looking thing ever made. But I was also looking for a post red ring fix system. That way I knew I would be spending money, because DK Oldies isn't cheap, let's be fair. I mean, I spent well over $100 on this console. You know, I wanted to make sure that if I was going to spend that money, I was going to get my money's worth, and it was going to run really well. And the console showed up kind of less than desirable condition. There's some cracks on one of the vents. It's missing the front cover where the memory card slots, not memory card slots, the sync button and the USB controllers go, USB ports are. They sent me a controller that went from perfectly fine on day one to not functioning at all within 2 days. Now keep in mind, I'm not hard on my stuff anymore. When I was younger, yeah. So I bought a cable to connect it wired, and that was just a complete waste of money because that didn't work either. The controller was a complete dud. So I wound up sending it back. They sent me a new controller, which is what I'm playing on now. It's still wired because I just prefer that. But it's worse condition, like cosmetically. It looks worse, and there's a lot more play in the joystick, and the D-pad sometimes doesn't respond to inputs. My up button on my D-pad, I'll press it sometimes and it just won't work. So, you know, I'm not so far. My first ever 360s experiences have been not great. I had to buy 2 hard drives. I wasn't aware that to play original Xbox games on a 360, you had to have an official Xbox drive. So I bought like a cheap 120 gig off of Amazon, like 20 bucks, and plugged it in, and then yeah, it registered and you could save to it, but I mean, you just couldn't play original Xbox games on it. So then I had to spend $90 on top of that to get the smallest official Xbox drive, because mine is a 360S 4 gig flash memory. It didn't come with a hard drive at all. So that was an absolute dumpster fire of an experience so far. Lots of money that I shouldn't have had to spend that I would have spent. And part of that's obviously my fault. I should have done more research, but it's just still frustrating. So now we're on Road Atlanta, which happens to be my home track. This is, you know, where I'm from. And I was going to actually do a track day here in my actual car probably about 2 weeks ago now. But it wound up falling through. I had to get the car fixed. I had a oil leak from my oil pan on that car, and I had to get that fixed as well. Cut the grass a little bit. So that's been dealt with, and that was an expensive fix because it was actually my fault that it broke. You know, I just didn't trust it to be fixed again. So I was just like, you know what, I'll let a professional handle it. And yeah, that's how that happened. And man, I'm driving like dog water. Still getting used to the physics. Like, I think the responsiveness in the controller is great in terms of the input to steering. I think part of that's probably because it's wired right now, but I do like that about this game, which I wish something I think I could complain about a lot in some other games, some newer racing games. And I'm going too light on the entries there. Yeah, I almost did a track day. The other thing too is apparently when I upgraded the brakes on my car, I didn't do a very good job of getting good brakes. So I was told that I would not make it through a single track day on those brakes without having to completely replace them again. So that's a lot of money that I just don't have to spend at the moment, thanks to the Xbox and the fact that I had to fix the oil leak. Oh, I came in way too hot. I'm again so used to driving like open wheelers on Assetto, like Formula 1 cars and stuff like that on this track, and obviously my sim racing stuff on GT7 I can take almost flat out turn 1 here at Road Atlanta, but obviously can't do that in a bone stock Eagle Talon TSI. So okay, a lot of understeer. Ooh, I think it was a little bit too high in the RPMs for that downshift. It looks bad right now, but give me time and I'll get used to this game and we'll be much better off. But yeah, I keep hitting that thinking it's the look back button. That's not. I gotta actually pull the stick back. And yep, coming in a little hot. We're gonna see if we can make it work, and we can. This is where they do Formula Drift. This little area in Road Atlanta. I've never been. I want to go. I almost went this year. But yeah, if you guys want to see my Mark 7 build, which apparently I've talked about so little on this channel that people just don't know it exists. I have a Mark 7. Go follow my main channel. It's usually linked in the description. If not, it's in the recommended channels on this channel. You guys can go check that out and can see that build progress. I've got a 3071R turbo ready for it. That is not on the car just yet. And I'm excited to get that put on. But once we do that, I'm probably going to upgrade my brakes completely. Like go to something more aggressive, maybe some Porsche Brembos on that car. And we'll be ready for some track days. So don't know where, but the goal for that car is just kind of, while it's still my daily, you kind of keep it light, but eventually I'm going to get another car and I can focus on that being more tracky. Still a street car, but have some track characteristics. That car is pretty well built, and I built it pretty fast within a year. So, but yeah, here we go. Final race of the very first run of races in Forza 1. We got the Eagle Talon taken off pretty hard. Got the whole shot. The front row is entirely Eagle Talons, and then there's like part of the second row. So, a lot of Eagle Talon representation today. This is a track I know pretty well, and I used to hate as a kid. I used to have a vendetta against this track as a kid. Oh crap, okay. That was something. And yet I'm still in the lead somehow. They must have really taken turn 1 slow. Because the fact that he hit me, I mean, I had the corner. That was technically my corner to have there. So I don't know where that came from. But he did not let out of it, that's for sure. And sent me into a bit of a tailspin there. And yet somehow I maintained the lead in that, so I don't know how that worked. But Yeah, I have a love-hate relationship with Laguna Seca. Now I love it as I've gotten older and become grown. But when as a kid on Gran Turismo 3, I despised this track for not the corkscrew, believe it or not, the final corner of Laguna Seca. I may have mentioned this probably several times, probably during the GT2 Let's Play, because I mean there were so many races that took place here in GT2. And coming up to the corkscrew now. And we're going to jam the brakes pretty hard. Probably went a little bit too low in gear. Probably didn't need first. Probably could have just gone into second there. Not the first time I've money shifted this car today, huh? Ooh, lots of bit of a slide there. This game does feel fast, and I mean the sensation of speed is really strong here. Oh, yep, this corner, every time. I apparently still have not learned from all those years of playing Gran Turismo on this track. Dang, they're keeping right up with me. That's scary. Well, I mean, granted, this is a stock car. If I did any work to this car, I'd be running away. Y'all are probably wondering why I haven't modified it yet, because, I mean, I've been rolling in money. I mean, we've gotten, I think, over 8 grand now. Oh, he tried it again. He tried that inside line on me again and almost sent me flying again. But fortunately for him, I was prepared that time. But you're probably wondering why I haven't modified it yet. That's because I'm already saving for a car that is actually a starter for the Europe region. But I wanted to play kind of as realistic as I could for me, which is why we started off in North America. Unfortunately for me, I can't hear very well the game because I actually was having some reverberation through the microphone. So I have the game turned down like really quiet. So I can hear it, but barely. But you guys are able to hear it at full volume. I'm not going to try to go flat out. As you can see, that's why. Because even dabbing the brakes a bit and letting off, I still wound up in the gravel there. That corner, like with a lot more aero, with a car with a lot more aero, I could probably take that corner flat out like I could in GT2. But granted, I think this does have better physics than Gran Turismo 2, but I would hope so, being, you know, a game that came out in 99 versus a game that came out in 05. Facility management saving me there. I saw that light up hardcore. Come on, rocket out of there. I can't remember for sure if this is a 4063 in it, but it could. I have honestly no clue if the Talon's got the 4G like the Eclipse did. And there we go, another 4 grand, and we're up to, looks like, level 3. So there we go, not too shabby. Good little start. Got the Lancia Delta Integrale Evo, and I'm going to immediately sell it because I have no interest in keeping it. We've got all-wheel drive stuff as well, which is probably going to be where this car will shine. But let's scoot back out of here. So I've got 15. I'm going to sell the Lancia. Oh, talk about like messed up data. Look at that. 25K out of that though. See, does this load right? Or is it busted? Okay, so it's just a thumbnail that's busted. To my understanding, a lot of these OG Xbox games have a really hard time running on 360s. Which is why a lot of people just buy regular Xboxes, but I was just like, nee, I want to save space and money. So let's see here. I want to see if the B5S4 is cheap. It's not the car I was originally thinking of. I could buy it. Question is, do I want to? Why is there 2 model years of this? There's a 2000 and an 04. I think the 04 is a B6, actually, now that I think about it. This is probably, yeah, this is a early 4.2 car. RIP the 4.2 and all its time machines. You got the RS6, which I think this had the V10 in it. Does it have the displacement? It doesn't. I wish I could see. I'm pretty sure it's a V10 car. I didn't know the R8 was already unlocked at this point. I think the Infineon one isn't, and that's like the one that is the most iconic of the R8s. So, Probably would get a B5 S4 if I had to pick one with those two. And of course, going to my home brand. Let's see what we got. We got the Jetta VR6. Pretty good option. I'm a VR6 guy. Even though I drive a 2.0. Got Beetle Turbo S, which is honestly, in my opinion, one of the most forgotten about cars. I mean, people don't give the Beetle Turbo S much love, and I think it's actually pretty cool. Corrado SLC, I had a cousin that had a... he's still alive. I have a cousin who used to have a Corrado. He had a Corrado G60, which for those who are outside of the Volkswagen world, that's one of the rarest Corrados you can get. Then obviously, one of my many dream cars, the Golf R32. Let's see, we got Opel as well, which I want to get the Speedster. I want to give that car a chance on one of my playthroughs. I've never done it, but I think level 20 to get the Opel Speedster. I think the Vauxhall VX220 unlocks a little bit earlier, but I'm not entirely sure on that. Let's go take a peek. The UK. I think the VX20 should be locked, and it unlocks at 15, which I don't understand why they did that. The Speedster and the VX220 are the same car. Like, it's not like they're like different cars. But I think but honestly, I don't know if I want to do another B5 S4 because last time I did on the GT2 Let's Play, y'all clowned me so hard for it. I got demolished for having that B5 S4. Let's see, Porsche. So I had a cousin that also had a 944. That car was a family heirloom. We have a Boxster, and we have an air-cooled 911, an OG Turbo 3.3. So I'm like trying to decide what I want to build next, because obviously doing the 911 would be great because these cars are really fast and would be able to run away from most early game competition. But I'm also not trying to have a car that's overly broken. Looks like BMW. We don't have any street cars. It's all just race cars, it looks like. Yeah, it's all just race cars. Why is that the case? No E46 M3s? Mercedes, we've got the CLK55, we got the C32, which I don't think we got here. I don't know if we got the C32 here. And we have the 300 SL. The SLR McLaren, like my favorite Mercedes ever. The Mini, we have the R56 Cooper S. Get a little bit of the supercharger wine. Probably not going to be a car I'd buy in this game. Really, the only ones I really want to hit, I want to get the R32 and I want to get the Speedster. I was leaning towards doing another S4, but like I said, you guys hated. I got so much like clowning for picking the B5 S4 on the GT2 Let's Plays. I'm leaning towards either I'm probably going to do the R32, which I did on my main Let's Play. But it's a dream car. Like, I don't care. This car doesn't get enough love in my opinion. Okay, so we're going to go back to the garage. I'm going to sell the Eagle. I know we literally just got it, and as fast as it got here, it was gone. But free up some cash to go put into the R32. Because 33 grand should be plenty of money to put some work on this car. So let's see what we got. Engine and power, appearance and aero, and chassis and drivetrain. Let's see what we got here. Can we go ahead and just toss a beefy turbo on here? How much power would this thing make? Can I 374, so not too bad. I'm like trying to decide if that's what I want to do. Or if I want to do full NA on this car. I think we'll start off with just a little more of a conventional NA setup, and we'll go from there. Because like I said, I don't want to run away from the crowd either. So we'll go into B class with the tuning and stuff. We'll leave the rest of this kind of tame. Let's see. We all know I'm a BBS guy. Let's see if they've got some good-looking BBS wheels. Got no LMs, but we've got the CH, the REs, the RKs, and the VZs. My actual car has Koenigs on it, so I want to see if some 911 style wheels. It actually looks kind of good. Those wheels actually look pretty good. I might run those. Those might be a good choice there. Of course, I got some Graham lights, some Koenigs. Now, again, I actually do have Koenigs on my car, but their lineup of Koenigs is pretty small. We got the Blaines and the Theories. I have countergrams on my car. So I think we're going to do the Gambalo Turbo Sport wheels. We're going to do dark tint. So front bumpers, we've got Zender, Oettinger, we've got Character, Strictly Foreign, Ipier Design, and then obviously the Forza Aero. Let's see. I'm not really keen on really any of these. They're none of them really. I'm kind of. I mean, like the strictly foreign reminds me a lot of the 911s. So I might go with that one. I mean, let's do it. We'll try this one out. If I hate it, I can change it. Rear end wise, we got Oettinger. It's kind of the same appearances here, but also like the aggressive diffuser, the Forza Aero one. So we'll do that one. Side skirts, same competitors here. I'm gonna probably do. I'm really a fan of the Zender ones here, so I think we're gonna do the Zender skirts. Hood. Do I really want to change it? Like, I mean, I would do the Wings West carbon hood, but not really keen on that. I may, and I don't really like the eyelids on the Zender. Not really keen on that at all. We'll do the carbon hood. Wing wise, Oettinger is kind of a brand I'm looking into for my car. So I may, let's do the Oettinger one here. I might be pronouncing that wrong, and I'm sure if I am, someone will call me out on it. So we'll probably, might as well do the cage too. More rigidity is always good. And I'm not doing that, it looks terrible. Alright, so as far as chassis and suspension, we'll go ahead and do some aggressive suspension on this car. We'll upgrade the brakes. We'll do the Club Sport brakes, kind of save some cash. So I want to do a dog box this early in the game. I think we'll focus on tires. I think having tires would be kind of important. We'll do DOT spec. So the middle ground here. That takes up all of our monies. So there we go. Is there any decals I'd even want to apply to this car? Oh wow, that is horribly broken. Huh. I'm learning things new about these games on a 360. So there shouldn't be any crazy restrictions here. We got full road Atlanta and Blue Mountain, which kind of just reminds me. It's like takes a lot of inspiration from Bathurst. So we'll do the road Atlanta race just to close out this video. I know this is kind of a longer one for you guys. Then we'll wrap this up. This game takes forever to load. Gosh dang. I'm used to modern load times where games just like load almost instantly. I saw there was another R32 in this. Let's see what we got here. Another thing I noticed when I was playing through this on emulation, the AI names are celebrities. Like, at least I don't know if it was this game, but I know the other ones do. See what these things can do. Now on my Steam Deck run, I've got a fully built R32 with turbo and all that. It's stupid fast. Something I like is that cars like this got a lot more love in these on Forza than in GT. Dang, I'm still not doing too well here. I went way off a turn. Oh crap. Talk about throwing the race away like that. I gotta get my bearings again now. And that's when the game decides to lag spike. That's just wonderful. I will say this does run like crap on this. So who knows? Oh gosh, that was a pretty good hit. Okay. I may actually have to restart this because this is not going well at all. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. I got that close to him. See, my front end took quite a beating there. There we go. This is a turn 10 or turn 6, something like that. And off we go. Onto the straight. The car is a little bit banged up, but we'll make do. We'll make do. Max effort, almost. In an AR32 here. It's quick. Can't remember. I think we did Club Sport brakes in this car, so definitely don't have the braking power that my other one has, and a Steam Deck ROM, which I'm probably not going to play anymore now that this is working well. Gosh dang it, I'm driving so bad in this video. It's bad. Okay, I gotta watch it here because apparently I can't come in too fast. I just feel like going too slow. But hey, I didn't run off wide, so. I feel like I'm kind of starting to get the grips of the physics here, but I say that as I understeer directly through the chicane. This car does have some nasty understeer though. Some serious issues with lag on this. There we go. I also don't play on controller very often, so like, I'm much more used to like a wheel. I've been playing on a wheel for years now, and so playing on a controller again also really throws me off. It was a while. I made so many mistakes, not only in this, but also in the GT2 stuff. I mean, controller just doesn't give me the same feel as a wheel, so I'm not able to feel understeer and all that kind of stuff. I just kind of have to watch when it does it. I mean, I could probably tune it out, but I have to learn the tuning system on this. Alright, coming around the final corners here. I have a pretty good sized gap. Can I go flat out here? I can. How about that? And that's a dub. That was pretty rough, but we got through it. Okay, level 4, and relationship with Bilstein. Those are my guys. I actually have Bilsteins in my actual car. But alright guys, I think we've done enough for an opening episode of this series. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed the first episode of our Forza Motorsport 1 Let's Play. I keep wanting to say Gran Turismo. I'm so used to doing Gran Turismo videos and stuff. Hope you all enjoyed. I will see you guys next time. Have a great day, guys.